Okay, gonna quickly go over the trade I took today. I recorded a video earlier, but apparently my audio wasn't being recorded. So, but nevertheless, go over why I took it, how I managed the trade, what I could have done better managing the trade in hindsight, and yeah. So we'll start on the daily first. The daily looks like someone threw up on the chart, and I've been saying that for a minute. And it's true, NASDAQ has not looked that nice since the holidays. It's just been very choppy. Potentially have our breakout today, that would be nice. This candle closing the way it is pretty nice, I'll be honest. If it can have an actual closure above these highs, that would be nice, but at the end of the day, we're still in this range until we're not, so I'm not betting that we're going to break out of this range today, but it's possible that today is finally the day. But anyway, the daily doesn't really give us much information. Now it kind of does, but this morning we weren't breaking out yet, so didn't really use the daily too much in my analysis. The 4 hour, as you can see, this morning we were, just disregard these three candlesticks here, but this morning we were still had bullish order flow, and we were respecting this fair value gap right here on the 4 hour. So that was my higher time frame PD array that I was using. You can see also here, this is the 8 o'clock candle that made us bullish order flow, that made us have bullish order flow on the hourly as well. So bullish on the 4 hour, the hourly, using a 4 hour fair value gap, also using a 15-minute fair value gap here. And you can kind of see the sweep on the 15-minute here with this wick of the candle sweeping these lows. You'll see it better when we go lower. This is the 1 minute where I entered. This is the sweep of the lows here. Again, remember order flow was bullish on the 4 hour and the 1 hour, so we're following order flow. I believe, was it bullish on the 15-minute as well? Let me see. It was bullish on the 15-minute as well. Once we swept, I waited for distribution. We got some distribution. I entered in off of, this big candlestick here that came down entered me in because it triggered me right at the fair value gaps high here that was left behind. We were in some decent drawdown halfway to our stop loss here for about a minute and a half. Then price reacted nicely. I had 2 contracts on this trade. I took a contract off here at the midway point. Now here is where I look back at this in hindsight and I'm like, maybe I should have managed it differently. Okay, I had this high here that I could have taken the partial at. Now granted, it's very, very close to my final take profit, but in hindsight, that would have been better off for me. Again, because it's so close to my final take profit, I decided I was going to, and there wasn't really much of a profit target that I had in mind other than this one. I just said I would take a partial halfway up to my TP, and so that's what I did. And once I did that, I put my stop underneath this low here, and then you can see how close price came to my final take profit there. Again, the drawn liquidity I had in mind was, I don't know why it keeps doing that. The drawn liquidity I had in mind was these equal highs here, and so I drew that horizontal line there. That was the liquidity I had in mind, and we eventually came and took it and more, but I got stopped out because once we came so close to my take profit here is when I put my stop loss to break even. Wanted to just secure the one partial I took, so I would secure some profit. Figured if we're gonna come this low and hit my stop loss, then we're most likely not gonna go up to my final target. But obviously we ended up doing just that. So in hindsight too, I could have taken the one partial and just said, you know what, I'm going to keep my stop underneath here, or even underneath here. Because when I had taken the partial, that's essentially me breaking even if I leave my stop where it was originally. Because if it hits my stop, that partial covers the stop. So I was already break even. It was already a risk-free trade either way. So I could have done this, and then that would have allowed me to continue to stay in. This was just ridiculous, though. The fact that, I mean, this candle looks crazy. It's probably the craziest candle, 1 minute candle we had all day. Just a crazy candle that wicked us out here. And yeah, you know, it's unfortunate. I was looking at Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, as this happened, because I'm like, dude, what? Like, it was just such weird, like, movement. It happened so fast. It like took an elevator down. And I mean, when this candle was full and didn't have this huge wick, I was like, what is going on? Like, I thought Trump maybe tweeted something out about tariffs again. I don't like, but this was crazy to me, and then eventually we rallied anyway. But yeah, that was the trade I took. Let me just show the executions. If OBS would like to work, I'd be able to show executions on the account. I made about $115. I'm risking 0.5% per trade. And so the one contract taken off at midway point of my take profit, of my final take profit, netted me about $115 or something like that. Okay, I don't know. I guess it's not going to show. I don't know why. It's odd. Very odd. Maybe I can get it to show up here. Hang on. Okay, I got it. But there's the executions. As you can see, got stopped out on this candle, took partials here, so close to my take profit, but didn't manage to hit it. But yeah, 115 on the day, and yeah,